and talk about that special of the week. So after that, let's go to the next question. People are already heating up online on the chat. The next question comes from Turk Thornton. Julius, where did this war even begin? Was Enki a draconian reptilian that gave the Adrenochrome knowledge? Is Enki the Satan that they worship? Wondering what's the origin. Love you guys. Thanks.
So, Master, we were just having a discussion last night about this, actually. So there's a couple of different things that we want to provide our perspective on and our awareness on. You are not from the earth. You are not. There are not any beings that are from the earth. The claim of being earthlings is an arrogant, ignorant perspective. The earth ship was created by light beings, thought beings, souls, as a realm to provide experience for. That's why we call it an earth ship. You're literally a starship floating out in space, if you will, and everyone comes here for an experience. There is equal population here of all kinds of beings. We're just saying it right out loud, okay? Just because you don't think you have seen that, you're wrong, okay? There's all kinds of populated beings here. This is a non-judgmental ship, meaning it doesn't keep anyone away. Like you don't have to pass a test to decide whether you're a good guy or a bad guy, okay? And there are low consciousness beings and there are high consciousness beings. The low consciousness beings take order and claim control over realms so that they can feel dominant because they're low consciousness, they're angry, they're violent, until the light beings and the high consciousness beings say enough is enough and get rid of them, okay? It's a consistent pattern for all realms. A realm master is a dimension governed, Time doesn't exist, so we're not going to tell you when the origins are because it's fake, okay? Your calendar doesn't go back far enough because there isn't a back. There is a concurrent existence. There are numerous timelines that are concurrently going on, and some of them, the nefarious energies, aren't controlling you, and some of them they are. You're sitting in a timeline where that is existing. So there's a war going on. You're not human. They're not reptilians. There's no Anunnakis. There's no Palladians. They're costumes, masters. They're costumes. You're all light beings wearing costumes. And you've got just as much of that in your DNA threads as they have human in their DNA threads. Everybody is shapeshifters and everybody's wearing costumes on a stage, a holographic projection where thought and emotion is playing itself out. It's not real, okay? The result of what you are experiencing is wisdom gained in order for you to know yourself as the all, as with every form of every other being, whether they realize that or not. So we're not going to support a time frame to your question. We can say that it is a consistent pattern in concurrent timelines and concurrent lifetimes where you have warring and battling going on and you have peace and resolution going on. That's what holographic realms represent. That's what we're going to tell you. Is there a war going on in this timeline? Absolutely there is. Is there a war going on in numerous timelines? Absolutely there is. It is between low conscious beings and high consciousness beings, and that's a truth. You're not human. We're not going to call you human. You're source. The reptilians are not reptilians. They're wearing those costumes just like you're wearing human costumes. They're low consciousness beings that are a dominant force in the war, along with other low conscious beings as well. That is our answer.
Awesome. Thank you so much. That was a powerful answer right there. The funny thing is, audience and Kasey, is that sometimes it looks like we are asking the same question, or the audience is asking the same question over and over again. But it's not. If you really pay attention, and there was Charity Thornton, just the one that asked the question, that she was saying finally caught up on all of the episodes, rewatching to truly understand. Everything has a different perspective. All of us, we ask what really concerns us, or what we would like to know more about that particular subject matter or perspective. But it's different. But we end up going always to the fact that we are light beings. To the fact that we are light beings. Let's not forget that, because it's hard. I apologize if I'm going a little bit long myself, but it's hard to accept that what we're living is the result of ourselves.
Right.
We are 100% responsible of what's happening to us. And that's hard.
It is. Until you discover, Master, that once you take accountability, you take your power back. Okay. As long as you denounce your power, you don't have resolve. Okay. When you're in the position of suffering and the victim, you're never going to find a solution, and you're never going to find an escape. So when everybody checks their altered ego at the door and just realizes that the distraction is a byproduct of the realm, everybody goes through it. And eventually you start to recapture your own empowered state, and your life changes. Now, can you get the collective to do that? Of course you can, because you're source. Okay. But can we encourage everybody to own that truth and take action upon that truth? Well, that's up to you. You're infinite beings, and you're never going to not exist. So basically you have all the time that you want to take. But if you want to change your timeline, your existence, you've got to come to the truth that your source, that's your source. We are just about to unleash a new revealment of truth through channeling Julius, where we're going to inform everybody that you have more than one DNA helix spiral unit to your physical costume. You actually have 3, and we're going to be going through processes to awaken your other 2, which is going to bring back the opportunity for you to shapeshift. And as soon as you know that, your empowerment returns to you. You've been diluted down to believing that this is the only costume that you wear. You've been diluted down to not be able to traverse into other dimensions and other realms, all in an attempt to strip you from knowing yourself as source. But there's so much coming, Masters. There's so much coming. And all you have to do is to love it and to desire it and to hold it as a truth, and get out of your fear-based energy, move into love, move into the authentic aspect of all that you are, and magic is about to happen.
Wow, please don't tell us that we have not warned you, that we have not told you, okay? So get ready for what's coming up. Oh my God. Okay, let's continue with our show and the questions from the audience. Let's share a few comments here. Our team is saying, hello everyone, thank you for joining us today. Absolutely, I couldn't, by the way, I think we never do enough of congratulating for the extraordinary job that the team does behind the scenes. Again, today we're going to have this, special for this week. And there's always this, graphic, this visual. Every single week, the visual is just amazing. So this week is not an exception. It's so, it communicates so much peace, and so much love and light. So I wanted just to say that. Then we have also Hilda B, who's always here with us with lots of questions. Hilda, why don't you ever stop asking questions? Hilda B is, I think, if we had to rank, our beautiful audience into number of questions asked, probably Hilda B would have been number 1. What do you think, Kasey? Probably. It's just a statistic, but really, you are really always developing this critical thinking, which is priceless, right, Kasey?
Well, we're made, here's a platform for people to ask questions. There's not a lot of them out there. There's so much just opinion and dictatorship. And this is a platform where you're truly allowed. You're truly allowed your perspective. You're truly allowed your engagement. Obviously, we're going to pick the ones that are friendly and loving and kind to everybody in the audience because that's our prerogative. If you're angry and you're disdainful, please go to another platform. This is not the place for you. But, people like her they're smart. They're going to take advantage of, these are the things I think about. These are the things that I feel about. Isn't it fun to be able to have these conversations, right? To find a safe space for the expansive thought, the extended emotions, and authentically the issues of your human experience.
Absolutely. Now we have also an Angel Wings, Amanda. Amanda, lovely to have you here as well. And then another question from Charity Thornton, by the way, that she goes to YouTube and she has a name. And then she comes to Facebook and she has another name. But that's okay. All right, so she's asking the following. Julius, since learning about the Julian calendar, I have been trying to study it. Can you explain the true 7 seasons and holidays and when they actually start?
No. Well, so Master, that's our calendar. And we're going to tell you that everything runs in cyclical cycles of 7. The reduction of that is due to the cabal and due to the nefarious energies that want to get all of the electrical systems, the magnetic systems, working against your configured frequency embodiments. So everything on this Earth ship is energy. It's all energy. And it works in sync with each other through the ebb and the flow of this production of energy from the very core center of the Earthship all the way up to the omnigalactic fields. There's a beautiful bioharmonic rhythmic system that keeps everything radiant and healthy and safe and secure and encourages high frequency thought and encourages love, activation, and compassion. It's frequency. So the calendar system is based on that 7 aspect, and it supports you in your authentic beingness as well. For whether you realize it or not, your body runs seasonally. Your body runs seasonally. The way that they have gone, the Gregorian calendar has stripped you of that biorhythmic system. It has stripped you from understanding the seasons of your own body, and they've actually got you working against the natural harmonic rhythms of the Earthship and the omnigalactic field by binding you into this artificial limiting state, which throws off your energy frequency, basically thrusts you into distress and holds you and binds you into fear. Okay. You guys are the ones that come up with holidays. Currently on the Gregorian calendar, everything's satanic. Everything's satanic. Did we say that? Yes, we did. So don't buy into it. If you choose to celebrate something, go ahead. But Master, time is an illusion, so there are no dates. Not really when it comes to events. If you want to collectively come together and celebrate some forms of energy, we would encourage and celebrate that with you. But what if we also told you astrology was created by the cabal? Did we just say that? Pay attention, Masters. Pay very close attention. Great things are about to shift and change, and you're going to be a massive part of it. Congratulations on expanding your mind. Feel into your truth, Master. You are source, and all is well.
We are definitely, exactly. Charity Thornton is saying, oh my, exactly. This time that we are living right now is just what a universal opportunity for us as live beings. Incredible, just incredible. Let's go to the next question. In this case, comes from our friend Sylvia Sudo. And she is saying the following. I'm going to post her question here because it's a little bit long. Hello, beautiful friends. I would like to ask a sort of a personal question. That's okay. Everything is possible here, if possible. Recently, I have been feeling sort of a dizzy or more like high, kind of the feeling you have after meditating more often. Could you please give me some insight on why or how I am creating this?
Well, there's lots of frequency that's being thrown out there, Master. There's actually a time suspended application that's being applied to you right now. So they fired off the Hadron Colliders. They're causing a suspended state of article as far as your timeline movement goes because they're losing. And so they're trying to slow things down. We suggest you do flow practices, which is all kinds of grounding work, hopping, jumping, running, things that pound you onto the earth is going to help ground your system. If your body is not secure enough and strong enough to handle jogging, running, hopping, or jumping, then marching techniques or just holding yourself up with both feet on the ground, bouncing is going to help pound your energy into the ground. It's going to stabilize you and help you not feel so dizzy and lighthearted. Excuse us, lightheaded. Lightheaded. You're amazing. You're amazing. Hold on to the rails, Masters. Things are about to get cool.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Sylvia, for the question. A question from Hilda, speaking of, right? Why most people dominant hand is the right hand? Are there benefits for us to discipline ourselves to the use of the left hand as well?
Yeah, it's a program. You're not supposed to be dominant on either side. That's the truth. You know, you're the only species that has done that. There's no other species out there in existence that isn't ambidextrous. It's not conducive to your survival. It's not conducive to your survival to be dominant on one side over the other. It doesn't make any sense. It comes from the limited activation in your brain, which is a programmable system. As soon as you activate more broader fields in your brain, literally your body's going to be in more balance. But it's also an attempt to keep your feminine and masculine energies out of balance, which causes total chaos in your behavior, total chaos in how your earthship is even supposed to run, with both of those energetic fields working harmonically and orchestrated equally in a symphonic exchange, which would naturally cause peace and calm and clarity and love. It's a program. Stop doing it. Stop. Okay. If you see your child being dominant, put them in an exercise program to become ambidextrous. It's just a training system. But as long as you are weakened on any given side, you are out of balance energetically. Do you hear us? You are out of balance energetically. It's a forced program. It's a byproduct of your limited brain activation, which is also being controlled with frequency. Break the cycle.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. The next question comes from Learn George. Excuse me.
And you are blessed.
Thank you. Hello, everyone from Australia. Julius, can you explain the black-eyed babies? What are they and where did they come from? Thank you also, Kasey and Angel.
Yeah. They're hybrids. They're synthetic hybrids. They have no organic entry soul into their bodies. They're either fully programmable or they've got a soul that is held in prison in an encapsulated form inside their body. For masters, remember that the eyes are the windows to the soul. So if they're black, odds are they're out to lunch.
Look at that. I didn't expect that answer. Thank you so much. And now it's time for the break. In the middle of the show, every single show. Today is the 70th show. Remember, every single Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time US, we have this amazing show in which people from literally every single continent come here and ask Julius anything they want to know. And we have these amazing questions and obviously these incredible answers too. All right, so today, and let me go to this wonderful place. All right. So we have this amazing actualizing self-love into the human being. This is the special for this week, and as usual, I am showing it here to everybody that wants to know. So if you, or when you go and scan, you point your camera to this QR code, so I'll take you to this page here, and it's the special for the week. What can people expect from this workshop, Kasey?
So your physical body is thought and emotion actualized. Basically, you're a walking around demonstration of your energy frequency and your perception. When you're a fear-based embodied being, you age, you decay, you have disease, and you have all kinds of disorders. So that's why your body is an actualized mapping system as to who you are being at any given time. Having said that, there is usually a time lapse period where those emotions and where those thoughts become actualized in the body. And so when people are trying to change their consciousness and do a lot of positive energetic work to repair and heal their body, how much time does that take? Can we accelerate the actualization of self-love energy in the physical body? Can we speed it up? We're going to be talking about that. We're also going to be talking about the integration of how to release some of the actualized trauma in the body, because there's a theory out there, which is a truth, that the body generally holds on to anything for about 7 years, especially low frequency things. Can we expedite the release of those things? Of course we can. But how do we speed up the love actualization? This is basically going to be a topic and a course and a teaching on healing, on reparative work, on restorative work. We're going to dive super deep into it. It's going to blow your mind, but more than anything, it's going to empower you.
Beautiful, beautiful. As I showed before, we have always these beautiful QR codes, and I'm going to show this beautiful QR code here. Every single week, as I said, we have these incredible visuals, that posters, banners, that our production team prepares, in this case for this week's special. And Kasey just explained the incredible contribution that this special workshop is going to represent to your body and to your being. All right, I'm going to leave this QR code here because I think it's beautiful. And we're going to continue with the questions and answers. All right, let's go for it. Excellent, excellent, excellent. I'm going to leave this here for a while. Wonderful. Okay, so by the way, now we have some comments after the questions. We're George saying, thank you, Julius, absolutely. And then Angel Wings Amanda saying, I was right-handed, but I am ambidextrous. Now, I trained myself. It took a little while, but you can do it. Wonderful, Amanda. That's a great story.
Yeah, because what we want to tell you is this: you actually have activated both sides of your brain now, Master, which literally helps you reach stages and phases of enlightenment more consistently and more quickly. By being dominant on one side or the other, it's keeping you dominant on one side of your brain or the other, and that's limited brain activity. As we spoke about before, your brain is actually designed to fire simultaneously, not one side and then the other. This keeps you in a low consciousness state. This assists you in being in a high consciousness state. And so by forcing yourself, or let's not use the word force, let's say unleashing your balance, you're going to be amazed at how everything else in your life becomes beautifully balanced as well.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And then, by the way, Angel Wings Amanda is saying my next 7 years is up in September. Look at that. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much. Yay, she says. Absolutely. You definitely have reasons to be happy. All right, and Princesa de la Luz, so Light Princess is asking if she has to ask the question that she asked the other day that was left unanswered. And Princesa de la Luz, do not worry because we have this question kept in a very safe place. And I'm going to read the question from last week so you do not have to, formulate it again. And this is her question. It's a little bit long. We know that the Light Princess likes to write long questions, and we are fine with that. And here we go, okay? Hi, dears. I want to remember you. My question to Julius, but the last day was no time to ask. My question is about voodoo, okay? Voodoo. Interesting question right there. Definitely, we like to have someone in the Caribbean. Isn't it amazing to have someone in the Caribbean? She said the other day, she was tied to the Caribbean somehow. My question is about voodoo, which is also practiced in the Caribbean, exactly, but perhaps it could be used positively. I thought about its relationship with the law of quantum intertwining, where two particles that have been united when separating, which happens to one affects the other. But then, if I put my hair and my nails at the foot of a tree or in its cortex, could my body enjoy the benefits of hugging a tree without having to do it? That's quite a question. Thank you, corazones, which means thank you, hearts. Thank you, my hearts.
So, Master, the tree isn't real and you're not real. So you don't have to use the holographic projections to have an experience. That's a truth. Whatever you think and feel becomes real for you. Let us reiterate that truth. Physical is a fun game. And for a lot of you, it does provide a lot of validation, but it's designed to provide validation for expansiveness, not limitation. If you're using the physical realm and it's supporting any form of limitation for you, you need to release that perspective and go to the higher truth that you really are only thought, frequency, energy, which is amazing. You can create and conjure any and all of your experiences, masters, that become the root of your truth and your experience in knowing yourself as the all. If you want to touch the tree, and that's what supports your truth, that it's taking place, then do so. That would be using the realm to expand you and to support a loving application for yourself. But if you don't want to do that, or you don't feel that you need to do that, and visualizations and emotional activations are enough for you, it's equally powerful. It truly is. You are source, master. Everything on this physical plane isn't real. It's all energy. And all you have to do is set an intention to align yourself with energy, and it is so. If you don't believe it, then it won't be so for you. So it just basically depends on what you choose to be. We can sit here and connect to you or any application of the Earthship just through our thoughts, and it's real. We can activate anything with you just through our thoughts and projecting energy towards you because you're energy. And it's an easy transference field. If it was determined for us to have to be touching you, do you know how long it would take for us to get around to touching 9 billion people on the Earthship? Thank goodness we are above that. So choose your experience wisely, Master. Let it support your truth and always work to more, because you are a never-ending, expansive source of energy that will infinitely exist in all applications. Make it love and make it positive and make it high frequency.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much. We have a new, human being with us in the audience today. It's someone that we have not had a question before, as far as I remember. Okay, her name is Priscilla Alderete. Thank you, Priscilla, for being with us tonight. Very, very welcome to our show. And obviously, please come back every single week, and we will be able to answer your question. And she has a question, and obviously, we're going to ask that question. The question is: I understand we choose our families, quote unquote, families, for a reason. Every time a lesson is learned, they get removed somehow. Look at that. Sometimes it willingly, and other times, it's likely they blocked. Have you experienced this? Why?
Now, Master, you choose all of your experiences in order to expand yourself in knowing yourself as source. Period. That's the answer to everything that a soul does, every soul. That is the truth. That's the truth, okay? For every form of interaction with any form of another embodied being, you have the opportunity to learn that you are source. You can learn it through abuse. You can learn it through love application. That's what you're doing. That's what you're doing. The families that you choose are that. They're an opportunity for you to know yourself as source. So just try to get away from anything that fully distracts you from that truth. The soul's purpose, the soul doesn't have a purpose. It has an intention, okay? It has an intention. You're running on a human program that says that you must have a purpose in order to exist. We're like, no, you have an intention of being the all, and you're doing it, and you're getting there. In fact, there's nothing that ceases that application. And what we would intend for you to come to a realization about is to be in gratitude of everything that you have created. And when you set an intention to turn any form of a limitation into an expansiveness, so shall it become, Master, because your perception is your reality. Anything difficult for you is nothing more than a perception that it's difficult. And you can flip that into an easement in any moment of now.
Absolutely. Let me show now some messages from the audience. Hilda B, thank you, Julius, Kasey, Angel, Sue, thank you, Amanda, absolutely. Thank you, Hilda, for always being with us. And then the light princess, muchas gracias, Angel. Thank you very much, Angel, Kasey, and Julius. Love you, absolutely. We love you back. And now there's this question that I've wanted to ask for a long time that today Greg is asking. All right, it's funny how sometimes we end up talking about the same kind of subject matters at the same time. And this question from Greg, our friend, collaborator, partner, like someone so close to us that helped us so much, to everyone of us here at Channeling Julius and here at the Ask Julius show. He's asking, "Hi everyone, Julius, can you please talk about genetic diseases, quote unquote genetic diseases, versus passed down limiting beliefs?" Oh my God.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what's interesting, Masters, is you've been taught or led to believe that you are basically stuck in genetic patterns in your family. That diseases and disorders are in your gene pool, passed on basically with a form of inevitability, and it's not a truth. Your genes are formed through thought. We're going to say that again. Your genes are formed through thought. That's where they come from. Everything in your physical structure is an actualized byproduct of what you think and how you feel. But in families, you traditionally pass on belief systems, the way you perceive things, ritualistic patterns, worshiping patterns, and things that lead mostly to fear, limitation, agenda, and requirement, punishment, and reward in an artificial system here on the Earthship that requires everybody to behave a certain way and hide their shame and hide their traumas. And that will actualize itself into extreme disorders and diseases in the physical body. And those things are usually passed on in a family. They just are. Will definitively tell all of you that your basic belief systems are usually ingrained in you from a lineage pattern of a belief system in your ancestry. That then in turn will show itself off in a similar aspect through the physical body. But your thoughts and emotions create all of it. It has long now been proven that you can take an adoptive child into a family, one that has no bloodline match to the family, one that is not matched genetically with the family in any way, shape, or form, and they can end up with the same health problems. Why is that? It's because they've been brought up in the similar thought and emotion systems passed on through perspective and belief systems in the family. It's the only explanation for it. Subsequently, you can wash away all of those limitations when you get out of those program belief systems and those perceptions. And well, there's been plenty of proof where somebody has decided to break away from the limited thoughts of their family and they never activate those genetics that cause diseases or disorders in their body. So we're going to explain again. Your genetic codes are created from thought and emotion. Be very careful, Masters, what you're following along with in your life. And if you have activated things in your body that seem to be falling into a genetic pattern in the family, change your thoughts and your emotions. You can totally reconstruct your existence of your physical body anytime that you choose.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. More comments coming up from Priscilla, the lady that just asked the question a few seconds ago. She's saying thank you. Absolutely. And then we have someone else that also I think is the first time ever that she asks a question. Thank you so much. Her name is MK in Spanish. I'm reading in Spanish because I guess this is in Spanish. If it's not in Spanish, I apologize. In English, it will be EMEK, but MK actually will be the way that in Spanish you read the letters M and K. Just wondering. All right, maybe she will be able to tell us. But she's asking the following question. I think it's very interesting, obviously, as all of our questions. Since 5D is all love and unity, does that mean we will not have borders between countries?
Master 5D is not all love and unity. 5D is a dimensional space. Fifth level of consciousness is love and unity. Be clear, because you're speaking a completely convoluted truth. This is the third dimension, and it offers levels of consciousness 1 through 6. As soon as you hit a fifth level of consciousness in the third dimension, you will be living under unity consciousness. The fifth dimension is not all love and unity. Ghosts and apparitions live in the fifth dimension, and they're locked in fear and paranoia. You've been lied to, okay? You literally have been lied to by the same systems that lied to you about the Dr. Seuss books that you have been following for centuries. This Earthship provides 11 different dimensional realms for you to get to experience as any aspect of being that you choose, levels 1 through 7 through the physical. Every dimension offers that. Every dimension on this Earthship offers that variation. You're not going to 5D. It already exists, and you're already there in a version of yourself. That needs to be accepted, and that needs to be owned as a truth, because, Master, there's nothing that's magically going to transform this realm over you. You have created this situation for your own self by allowing limited beings to control you. As soon as you decide to change that, it will change. If it's not that truth, you couldn't be source. You couldn't be. A dimensional space is nothing more for thought and emotion to be experienced in an aspectical form for itself to know itself as source. There's no set level of consciousness in any dimension, anywhere, though there can be a set level of consciousness in your mind.
Wonderful. Wonderful. So profound. Next question from Angel Wings Amanda. Amanda, can you tell me, is the far infrared sauna a good way to remove heavy metals out of the body? I am about to do the Jim Humble protocol. Look at that. Thank you so much. Love, light, Amanda.
We're doing that protocol again as ourselves, Masters. Love that protocol. Love that protocol. Infrared sauna is a wonderful detoxification process, and it's a rejuvenation. Light therapy of any kind is amazing. It's amazing. Your energetic patterns of your physical body on a subatomic cellular production system responds beautifully to light and temperature and sound and rhythm. Beautifully. We strongly encourage it, and you'll know, Master, it will feel wonderful, or it won't. Maybe it won't really resonate with you and you don't need to worry about it, but we trust you. You're amazing, and you're amazingly in tune with yourself, and you're amazing at conveying love and compassion to everyone. And the more that you care for your body, the more radiant your frequency becomes. So we love that, because we love to feel and heal with your frequency along with you. Have a good journey, have a joyous experience, and know that you are safe and well.
Wonderful. And then we have our friend Emily McMaster reminding everybody how glowing Kasey is today and every day. Thank you, Emily. Absolutely. We could not agree more with that comment. Thank you so much for being here and for sharing that deep thought with all of us. All right, and Angel Wings Amanda says, yeah, you have a sauna. Thank you. Absolutely. I still remember. I remember being in an infrared sauna, but they started doing saunas, in the 90s because they spent a few months in Finland, and the Finns are supposed to be ones of the inventors of the sauna, and it's just incredible. The saunas are just amazing. Another part of nature that is so beautiful and wonderfully designed for us human beings. And someone, hold on a second, because there was a question. Exactly. It was Leonard George who asked a question about the sun. People are talking about the sun. Julius, a lot of people are confused about what is happening to the sun. The sun, what's going on? Is it that was Leonard George? Okay. Is it the real sun that is now white and is charging up, or is it a fake one in front of the real sun? Nature seems to be reacting.
Master, none of it's real. None of it's real. We're going to keep coming back and telling you there's nothing that's real. There's nothing that's real. We think what you're asking is it a organic holographic projection, or is it a synthetic holographic projection? That's what we would say. That would be a better accurate description for your question. And we love your question and we honor your question. There's both in your system. Your system is full of organic mattered and synthetic mattered objects. That is a truth. The organic mattered objects work in synchronicity with your organic body. But not every being here on this earth ship is organic anymore. Did we just say that? So they have to put up a light system to support the synthetics as well. So they're both out there. Ooh. What does that mean? As an organic being, you're going to focus on the organic matters around you. You're like a magnet and a match frequency to the organic aspects. Your organic sun, that is not real. It's a holographic projection, just like you're not real, but it works in synchronization with your organic body. It's there. You don't have to worry about it. They can't put it out. They can't block it. It's an impossibility. All they've done is hung a synthetic light. Think of it kind of like fluorescent lighting for growing synthesized foods, okay, versus natural lighting that is great for the natural farming techniques. So because you have so many synthetic hybrids now that have been implanted here on this Earthship and that have traveled here on this Earthship, they've hung an artificial moon and an artificial sun to support their charging ports in their body. Ooh, Lord, are we getting crazy now? We're getting crazy, right? That's what's going on.
Thank you so much. It's definitely, I mean, that's so, again, as I was saying in the beginning of the show, and, every day before we start the show, Kasey and I have a conversation before we, or we all engage with Julius, and it's just kind of, how do you feel, what are you feeling, what the energies are, how do you feel the energies, how do you feel the people, what do you feel people is going through and everything, and every week we have a different feeling, because every week is kind of, if there's a new story, right, there's something new, but again, we always end up thinking, how blessed we are because we have these all super duper, members of this audience that have all these perspectives, different perspectives. So that's why we appreciate so much all of you that come to the show every single week. And also we appreciate very much people that come new every single week because we know that we are expanding. And actually today with, it's funny how you never, social media is just another construct, right? We talk about social media very often and manipulation and everything, but you never know what's going to happen in social media with your content. And actually, with a member of our production team, we were talking about one specific piece of media that we shared on Instagram that suddenly has become viral, right? And I'm not going to share which part of the show. One of the shows, it was actually from last week's show. But we would have never thought that part of that clip, of that answer from Julius would have become viral, right? We're gonna leave this here, and people that want to do some homework and want to go there, they can also go and see it. But what I was trying to say is, basically, everything is energy, and every single piece of video conversation, eyesight, everything is energy, and everything has a reaction to it. So it's fantastic to be here. As who was saying it? Yes, Hilda saying fantastic fun show. Absolutely, we have a lot of fun here, and also learn George. Crazy, all right, absolutely. Thank you, Julius. You bet. Thank you also, Kasey. Love you so much. Absolutely. Absolutely. I love you so much. And then I think it is going to be definitely the last question for the show. Priscilla, it's going to be your turn for the last question of the show, okay? Are we, oh my God, now we have a question from Chantel. I'm really sorry, Chantel. It's going to have to be the next show or offline, all right? Priscilla Alderete just another question. Are we in a dream? And when we sleep, do we experience other dimensions? What we didn't choose to experience here. Thank you.
Yeah. So, Master, everything's a dream or everything's an awakened state. There's no such thing as those contradicting each other. We support you're in a dream state right now, but we will also support that there's no such thing as dreams away from whichever perception you want to hold. You could say everything's a dream state, or you could say everything's an awakened state. That's what we will tell you. Yes, you experience concurrent lives. Yes, you go interdimensional. Yes, you go out of body. You are source, Master. You are source. You are the all. You're the all. Sit for just a moment in that truth. And since you are, you can awaken to any version or connect or activate an alignment with any version of yourself in any given moment. You can do it when you're asleep or awake. You can call it dreaming. You can call it awakeness. It's a truth. There's no such thing as something that isn't real. And this is why. Your brain cannot create thought. It doesn't create thought. It processes thought. That is. Let us reemphasize what we just said. You can't make anything up. You can't fantasize. You cannot think of something that isn't real. Your brain does not create thought. That's why you don't have to have a brain to have a thought, because we'll guarantee you are in the process of creation when you're not embodied. And how could you have a thought in order to create something if you don't have a brain? You are a never-ending thought and emotion processor as a soul. Anything that pops into your thought process is somewhere. That's why we've always said all truth is. Everything, every statement, every vision, every sound, every taste, every smell. If it activates an emotional state of realism and truth for you, it is. And even if it doesn't, it is for somebody, because your brain does not create thought. So anything that you process in your brain, Master, it's real somewhere. Pretty cool, huh? Keep your vibration high so that no matter what you are processing, Master, is full of love, encouragement, and compassion, and supports that you're the most amazing being that ever existed. Have pleasant dreams, Master, because you are our pleasant dream in every way.
And that was episode number 70 weeks that we have been here with all of you. Thank you for so many questions. Imagine how many questions have been answered by Julius and the group of entities in 70 shows. Let's say an average of how many? 20 per show?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, and then the stream of however many are trickling, hanging on the end, right? It's amazing. Guess what? You go for about 5 hours, right? No. But yeah, it's pretty cool, right?
Exactly, because also, you guys just see this 1 hour of show that we see here, right? But in reality, there's so many other things that, Channeling Julius is doing every single week. And also, as you know, Expansion Network is also doing some other, productions throughout time. There's so many things happening also behind the scenes, and everything is part of a one.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Of a one.
I will tell you that every day at least 5 days a week, sometimes 6 days a week, I'm channeling Julius. So whether it be private sessions, coaching sessions, courses, classes, retreats, activations, shows, every day I get the joyous honor and pleasure of channeling Julius. And so if you think this is it, look a little bit farther. Please look on our website and see how you can be supported on your conscious journey.
Absolutely. Expand with Julius for some more time, and then it's going to be the website under the domain channelingjulius.com. Again, thank you so much, everybody, for being here. We keep on growing our audience. Thank you for allowing us to deserve your wisdom and for allowing us to share Julius' wisdom with you. Again, thank you very much. We love you. Stay awake, light, and love. See you soon. Bye-bye.